never cut back like this before, except when you go back to the early 90s recession and the early 80s recession before that.
All right, look, moving on a bit, still on the economy, you've written over the weekend about how we're standing by for one of the most important decisions that Treasurer Jim Chalmers and the Albanese government might make, and that decision is to commit future governments and the Reserve Bank to full employment, and more importantly, spell out what that means.
You know what gets measured, Phil? This is the point. What gets measured gets done. So the Reserve Bank has two targets at the moment. It has an inflation target, and that has a number on it, right? It's not hitting it, but it knows what the target is. And it has an employment target, which is essentially just words, full employment. So if you were given two of those targets, one that you could measure, the other that was just words, which one would you tend to...
You'd go for the measured one, yes.
Yeah. I used to live, Sydney. I used to change trains in Sydney in the morning sometimes. And there was a train that rushed past sometimes. It didn't stop because they were given a target. And the target was being on time. So they met the target. It wasn't very good for the people who
didn't pick anybody up, but they met the
train. But they were, so that's a problem. And the Reserve Bank Review has recommended that a number be put.
We're getting a few texts about the earthquake in Melbourne, in Victoria. Okay, 1300 800 222 is the number. Our categories tonight in the Mighty Challenge. Category number 1, Australia and Denmark. Category number 2, Oh Captain, My Captain. Category number 3, Peacocks. Category number 4, Good Morning. And category number 5, Famous Dougs. Famous Dougs. Right, Australia and Denmark. Oh, Captain, My Captain. It wasn't Hawkey. Thanks, folks.
Thanks.
See you. Bye-bye. Who is waiting on for us here? Ian from Morford Vale. Sorry, he's been waiting on. Hi, Ian.
G'day. Good evening.
Good evening. Who was the first Australian Prime Minister to visit Denmark while in office?
Once it goes through my mind, it's been taken, so all set. Let's go right back to John Curtin.
It wasn't John Curtin. No.
Sorry, Pete, no, it wasn't Basic Instinct. John from Geelong. G'day, John.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Who wants to have a crack at this? 1300 800 222. There are lines free. Grab.
We apologise for this disruption to programming. ABC radio programs will be restored as soon as possible. Any ongoing reception difficulties should be reported to the ABC Reception Advice Line on 1300 139 994.
We apologise for this disruption to programming. ABC radio programs will be restored as soon as possible. Any ongoing reception difficulties should be reported to the ABC Reception Advice Line on 1300 139 994.
We apologise for this disruption to programming. ABC in all of its forms.
Some versions of the legend. Van der Decken was the captain of which ghostly ship? According to some versions of the legend, Van der Decken was the captain of which ghostly ship? You have heard of it. Question number 23. We've got one left in Peacocks and two left in Australia v Denmark.
I'll finish off the Peacocks.
The Peacock throne was the traditional throne of which country?
Oh.
The Peacock throne was the traditional throne of which country?
Absolutely no idea. Maybe Bangladesh. I'm just thinking in that area, that region.
Yeah, not Bangladesh. Thanks, Patrick. See ya.
Thanks, Bill.
Bye. Jason in Frankston. G'day, Jason.
Good evening.
The Peacock throne was the traditional throne of?
Well, the only thought that came to my mind was China.
Aha. It's not China, Jason. No, not China. Mick from Proserpine. G'day, Mick.
Good evening.
Good evening. The Peacock throne. It's the traditional throne of?
Burma?
Not Burma. No. Not Burma. Lines are free. Dwayne in Launceston. Hi, Dwayne.
Hey, mate. How you doing?
Pretty good. What do you reckon?
I think this goes back a long way to India just before the British occupation.
We've had an India answer, so it's not going to be India.
Oh, okay.
The peacock throne was a traditional throne of?
Like a Toronto in New South Wales. I'm just going to have to guess and say thanks to Dirk household. You know, that sort of inspired thing in Western Australia.
Correct. Western Australia is correct.
Is that correct?
Western Australia. Okay, well, that gives us a chance, or gives you a crack at a chance.
Oh, geez, the timpani roll. I'm in trouble now.
Question 25.
And someone in a third world style nation.
Thanks, Al. Yeah, I get what you're saying, Alan. I mean, I appreciate you calling. Thank you. I mean, it's how we develop land and get houses built is a major problem in this country, isn't it? And unfortunately, do you think we can build them without development? No.
Yes.
But you're going to have to. You'd have to get the government to get involved in building more houses too, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Well, this is my sore point. About 8 times in the last few years, I've tried calling and contacting people within the ABC for the use of an investigative journalist, and nobody bothers to answer my replies.
Well, I know, Alan,
I've been ordered out of politicians' houses because I've not their houses, their offices, just because I have read them those 2 paragraphs. So I've been told, get out of my office, don't ever come back.
Well, Al, you've had a chance to say it tonight, and you have. So.